Okay, this is a follow-up to my last video about the Cowboy scenario that I experienced last night in a game of doubles. And I was wondering if there was a proper description or proper list of the rulings of Cowboy, and I found them. First of all, Virtual Pool 4 plays this version of Cowboy as normal, which means that you pot a ball and you get the value of it. However, the game we play is the alternate Cowboy, which is you pot a ball, but the incoming player has to carry the next ball. That's immaterial. But the important thing I spoke about in that first video was about the scenario about where the one ball was in the pocket and the incoming team had the last shot to scratch off the one ball, but the one ball spot was occupied. Now, if we look at the rules of play, there's an important paragraph or an important line in these rules here, which Virtual Pool 4 does not have to cover this scenario, but this is the way it's supposed to be resolved. Rules of play: a legally executed shot conforming to the requirements of scoring entitles the shooter to continue at the table until he fails to legally execute and score on a shot. On all shots, players must cause the cue ball to contact the object ball, and the cue ball or object ball must contact a cushion. That's standard. Failure to do so is a foul. At the completion of each shot, any pocketed balls or object balls are spotted on their same positions as at the start of the game. If the appropriate position is occupied, now this is the important thing about during a game, and we all know that if we play Cowboy, the ball or balls in question remain off the table until the correct position is vacant after a shot. Now, if however, this is the important one, if however the one ball would be held out as a player with exactly 100 points is to shoot, the balls, now let me just clear that up, the balls are all placed as at the start of the game, and the player shoots with cue ball in hand behind a head string. That's the important rule that Virtual Pool 4 doesn't have, right? So that is the thing that's missing, and that's why that situation last night was unfair, that the incoming team had to play a deliberate foul because they didn't have the balls all respotted and the cue ball behind the head string. It would have resulted in having an easy scratch where they could just have played the one ball and drawn into one of the corner pockets in the kitchen, and it would have been a legal out shot. But Virtual Pool 4 does not provide that, and that is the rule that is missing from Virtual Pool 4 to resolve that scenario. Now, I thought there would have to be a rule somewhere. I didn't think there was, but I found it, and that's what Steve needs to implement into Virtual Pool 4. So get to work, Steve. We've got an important rule. Okay, the scenario is maybe not going to happen all that often, but it does happen, as I have proved. So get it fixed.